The first time we performed in Israel was in Tel Aviv. I was unsure how they were going to react because of the familiarity they have with patrolling and loitering soldiers and the threat of attacks that they're faced with by terrorists and suicide bombers. So my sensitivity to those civilians was heightened. We started by walking through the city, scouting out the best location for us to occupy. As we walked, eyes followed us in confusion. Shock, really. Eyebrows curved inwards with expressions of, huh? What is this? Heads filled with curiosity as we passed us. After a solid walk down the boulevard, we decided the best traffic zone was the corner of Rothchild and Hertzel. 2 juice bars, a T-crossing with bumper-to-bumper traffic, and pedestrians passing from all directions. So back we went, with our Northern European, full-on winter soldier uniforms layered on despite the heat of the summer desert air. We each took a gun, set up our cameras, and began our patrol. Standing still, strong, power-proud, we attracted attention. As they stared at us out of the corner of their eyes, we gathered their energy into our canisters, turned slowly, pointing straight at them, and bang, out shot our flower roses. What began as moments of fear and shock changed into trickles of joy and engagement. Laughter, giggles, smiles, people pointing at the unusual spectacle filled the surrounding crossings. Cars stopped mid-turn to see what these out-of-the-ordinary soldiers are doing with their visual statement in the middle of the square. Most of them put their hands up in the air, requesting the shot be directed towards them. Mostly everyone who passed was quick to see the humor. Smile after smile, laugh after laugh, we jumped, spun, and turned, soldiers at war, filling the air with peace. There was some bitterness and defensiveness that passed us by. Eyes turned down at us, yelling at us in Hebrew. I could make some of it out. They would say, "Why are you doing this for us? We are peaceful." I responded saying, "Ze b'shvil kol ha'olam." It's for all of the world, not just here. We're traveling with it. Ah! As their eyes and foreheads would relax from their defensive shouting, they too would smile and respond to us with words of praise. A few would pass asking, "Is this for 9/11? How appropriate, I thought to myself. 9/11. We had yet to realize the date. Another synchronic, unintentional happening. The vibe in the air became extremely encouraging. Parents would even turn their kids to watch us and get shot at themselves. Still, this I found a bit hard to believe. The game, though playful and humorous, still stems from an image of violence, which I'm still a bit conflicted about provoking. Though I do know that it's an effective prop, as it's an image that's so familiar that the message is clear and straight to the point. But I do still find it hard to point my gun at the little ones. To our surprise, we started to hear songs of revolution playing loudly from the juice bar across the street. Buffalo Soldier by Bob Marley, All We Need Is Love by the Beatles, and more. Wow, the community is actually adding to our installation. I was filled with warmth and joy realizing how quickly they read the message. We got the flash to ask them if they could play our mission music. When I arrived at the juice bar, the praise was beyond my belief. Thank you for doing this. It's what we need, some real lightening up around here. Where are you guys from? Why are you here? Even they were curious with that usual question, wondering if we were directing the message towards Israel. I definitely felt an increased sensitivity in the air due to the current threats of nuclear bombs from Iran. I came to understand during the trip how disgruntled the youth are with the government policies and actions, how they disagree and speak out yet still have no power and remain unheard. To the 2 workers at the juice bar, I explained our world mission, and that we have been following the path that has opened up to us and had an opportunity that brought us to Israel. He responded saying, "Thank you so much for coming to Tel Aviv. Have you done Jerusalem yet?" "No, tomorrow," I replied. "Be careful," he quickly interrupted. "They can get inappropriately violent." It's a very different vibe there. I thanked them for the advice, saluted one soldier to the next, and ran back to the square to continue on guard. They played our music with pleasure, playing it loud, inspiring us to add a level of rhythm, dance, and playfulness to our improv. At moments, we were synchronized, shooting out our flowers simultaneously at couples, families, and drivers in the cars. At other moments, we were patrolling individually on opposite ends of the square. Construction workers, one by one, climbed up the fence that enclosed their working zone in order to see what was going on. We could tell, once one of them had spotted us, he must have gone back and told the others to come check it out. There was one moment where we were both frozen, kneeling, pointing our guns down the boulevard, and up came a group of Chinese tourists. They were so ecstatic and openly amused by us. Their hands up in the air, "Shoot! Shoot at me! Shoot at me!" And suddenly, to their surprise, bang, 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 Love, love, love. Sfiso and I felt it in unison. It was time to reveal to them our secret ammunition. They were beside themselves laughing and snapping shots. We were there for 3 hours, unaware of the time ticking due to all the smiles and laughter we were inciting in almost everyone that passed. We created traffic jams as drivers lost focus and raised their hands up in the air waiting for their turn to be shot at. The final note of encouragement came from the juice bar. They had 2 freshly made lemonades waiting for us, with big smiles and big thanks spilling out of their mouths. Other than the fact that the camera stopped recording after 13 minutes, our first mission in Israel had been a huge success. We walked through the market on our way back to the car, guns over our shoulders with our flowers drawn. We were proud of what we had projected into the world today, when we must have been expressing this pride and joy in our body language. Every store seller we passed, and pedestrians shopping in the market, looked at us with smiles and laughter. Soldiers of peace, they would yell out at us. Chayalim leshalom, coming to serve the world. Wow, they really got it. This term had been birthed for us that very morning, when a young ex-soldier came up to us saying, "Wow, I really thought you guys were real soldiers from behind. Nice. What are you guys?" "Soldiers of peace," we instinctively responded. "Wow, nice. Are there more of you guys around the world?" he asked. Sfiso and I looked at each other with smiles on our faces. "Soon there will be," we replied, and off we went on our mission. Chayalim leshalom, I muttered to myself. I like it. Let's use that. And to my surprise, rather than us saying it, it was the people that we passed who were calling it out to us from all directions.